Alright, Schlockmeister fans, this is a classic from the 80s. I don't think I've seen it since 1989, that summer. It's Valley Girl. Let's watch. These are our Valley Girls. Deborah Foreman as Julie. And while on the beach, they see Nicolas Cage. He plays Randy.
It's going to be amazing. I've seen the chicks. I know about these things, and I got a feeling about this one. It's going to be hot, I'm telling you.
This is Tommy. Julie just broke up with him.
Like, it's not going to be easy, you know. Anytime you want to come back here, you just let me know. I'll think about it.
Tell me I told you to forget it.
You'll be back.
So Randy and his buddy Fred have gone to the party in the Valley, even though they're from Hollywood somewhere, and this is not their crowd. So newly single Tommy makes the move on Elizabeth Daly,
I've always thought about it.
Julie's friend Lauren.
Yeah?
She has her only nudes in here, which I can't show you. And they meet.
Well, I mean, you have to be invited. That explains it.
What?
Well, everyone is dressed for it. See, if I had been invited, I would have known this was a costume party.
Tommy's jealous.
Why don't you get out of here? You make me get out of here. Yeah, my craziest words.
So he gets kicked out of the party, but undaunted, he sneaks back in and hides in the bathroom shower, hoping that Julie will pop in there one of these moments. Which she does.
Don't be afraid.
What are you doing here? Do you have a death wish or something?
That's what Fred said.
Fred said.
Never mind.
So he gets Julie to leave with him. They take a drive.
What's that?
And they hit it off, of course.
None of us have had a dude outside of school.
Fuck would be the first one on your block.
You always have to talk like that. Man, he's just like tripendicular, you know? Isn't he, Stacy? Die, Richmond.
Straight down! But you can't go through there. Stop! Stop! Stop!
Randy even stops in at Julie's parents' health food restaurant.
You alright?
I'm humiliated to the max. Hi.
Hi.
The love montage. Her friends want her to get back with Tommy.
Tommy! Fuck him! Fuck him, girl. You must fuck him.
Small subplot with a guy named Skip, who's got the hots for one of the other girls.
You think he likes me? He called you, didn't he? Yeah, I know the type too. He's shy. Yeah. I could die. So.
And he stops by the next day and pops right in when she's taking a shower. And they do what they do until, of course, her mom comes home. Pressured by her friend, she decides to break up with Randy.
But, Julie.
But she doesn't tell him.
One possibility. Totally gnarly sex. It hasn't gotten that far.
He stops by.
What's his name?
It's over.
Well, he wasn't mean to you, was he?
I love you. So we can see. Hey. I can see you.
Distraught over the breakup, Randy runs right into the arms of some floozy in a bar. I think they end up doing it in the bathroom. Andy camps out in her yard.
Oh my god.
No, Julie, don't do that. Come on, Julie!
Night at a big school dance, she's going with Tommy, of course. But Randy shows up as well. Time for the King and Queen announcement, and guess who?
You've all been waiting for the announcement of the King and the Queen.
And I think she's a little annoyed by him.
What is being King and Queen me all about it.
Randy runs off with Julie, and a food fight. They drive off into the night. She tosses Tommy's bracelet out the window. And they live happily ever after with the psychedelic furs. Alright. Let's talk about the movie Valley Girl. Now, this is a movie, like I said at the beginning, don't think I've seen it since 1989, but I saw it quite a bit in the 80s. It's kind of regarded like an 80s classic. I don't know if you'd call this a teen sex comedy. I mean, there is some sex in it. There's some nude scenes and such, but I don't know. It was kind of a pretty popular film, and it's kind of remembered very fondly as well. In fact, I found out about 2 weeks ago that they remade this movie this year. It came out a couple months ago on Netflix or something, so I'll have to check that out, because actually two of the characters, actually two of the actresses, I think, or is actor, I don't know, two people, at least two people in this film are in that film as well. I don't think they play the same characters, though, but anyway, apparently that film also has this 80s new wave soundtrack like the original does. Anyway, back to the original film. So, it's about the Valley Girl craze that happened in the early 80s, maybe from about 81 to 84, in that range or so when this movie came out. Deborah Foreman plays Julie, and she has a little group of friends, and they're from the Valley, so they talk with the whole Valley Girl talk, tubular, this, that, whatever, grody, to the max. And anyway, they're on the beach, and they see this hunky guy who happens to be Nicolas Cage. And Deborah Foreman, Julie, takes a fashion to him, takes a liking to him. And they meet up later on when Randy, that's Nicolas Cage's character, and his friend crash a party where Julie's at, and they don't fit in. They're from Hollywood, and they just don't fit in with the Valley scene. So they look out of place, and Julie, who's just broken up with her boyfriend Tommy, Randy kind of moves in. Tommy doesn't like that, gets jealous. A fight starts. They get kicked out of the party, but he comes back, does Randy, and he waits in the bathroom for Julie to come in, and they kind of leave together at that point because she was kind of taken by him. So they go to the Valley. The next thing you know, they become a couple, and but Julie's friends are all pressuring her to go back to Tommy because, you know, Randy's not one of us. He's from L.A. He's just not... He's not a Valley guy, I guess you could say. So she gives into that pressure eventually. It's so stupid, actually. She's like, I know everybody's expecting me to do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. So she breaks up with Randy, goes back to Tommy. The night of the prom, they're going to be king and queen, Tommy and Julie, but Randy shows up. He gets into a fight with Tommy, punches him out, and he takes off with Julie, and Julie throws Tommy's bracelet out the window, and they ride off into the moonlight, and that's the end of the movie. So anyway... Along the way, there's a few nude scenes here, including Elizabeth Daly, who you might remember as Pee Wee Herman's girlfriend in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. She has a nude scene here, the busty woman she is, and it's the only nude she ever did. She actually has done a lot of work since then, too. I think she does like a lot of cartoon work as well right now. She kind of has that girly, squeaky voice, so I can see where that would lend to that. And if you see her now, she must have had some plastic surgery and stuff, because she looks completely different. She looks pretty good, but she just looks different. She doesn't look her age. She just looks different, but she still looks good. Anyway, that's it for that. Nicolas Cage, I think this was obviously his first starring role. He did a couple other things. I think he was 19 when he made this. I think he was like 17 or 18 when he did Fast Times the year before. But yeah, Deborah Foreman, I always thought she was super cute in this movie, but looking back on it now, I don't think she's as cute as I thought she was back then. But what do I know? I'm an old man at this point anyway, too. So, and she still looks better than me, or better than I ever did. So, cool soundtrack in this movie. A lot of 80s new wave stuff. The Flirts, the Sparks, I think was the name of the group. They did that Eaten by the Monster of Love song, which I added to my Apple Music today. And of course, the Psychedelic Furs. Is it I'll Melt With You? That's modern English. I made a mistake at the end of this video, and I said Psychedelic Furs. I meant modern English. I'll Melt With You. God, I feel like an idiot now. So anyway, that's it. Don't know what else to say about this. I think this movie, like totally, it says right on the very top there. You can see it. I think this movie took a long time before it came out on DVD. I don't think it came out on DVD till like 2009 or 10 or something like that. I'm sure it was due to soundtrack problems. I think it's since been released on Blu-ray as well, so I'll leave a link to that down below if you're looking for it. I do recommend this movie. It's a fun movie, and it's certainly a relic from the 80s and very well remembered, and rightly so. It's ridiculous and silly, but it's still fun. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. It's Valley Girl. I'm sure everybody's watched it. Leave some comments. Bye.